say his name and he appears. We don't know video games, and you don't know video games because this is You Don't Know Video Games, brought to you by Hack the Dino. We are a force to be reckoned with, so just calm your farm, otherwise we'll mirth you with reckon.
Yeah. What does mirth mean?
I don't know.
Smite?
Yeah.
Is that the word you're looking
Isn't
for?
that a Fire Emblem character?
I am going to spite my reckoning all over you.
Oh.
Just go like this. Anyway.
That reminds me. No, sorry, it doesn't.
I am the
Master of magnetism?
master of many things, including magnetism and smut. Ben Rosenthal, and I'm joined by the what are you the smut king of?
No, the master of magnetic personalities.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I was last time when you weren't here.
Is that because you repulse me all the time?
Yeah.
Because we're two positive ions?
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Floppy Starrick is here.
Hello. I was the guy that's sipping on his drink in the intro there.
Yeah, I think we got away with no one listening, even though I tried really hard not to laugh because you were gagging on your drink.
It's true. Yes, it was my drink.
Speaking of gagging, Anto's with us.
Well, you know me. Hello, everyone.
No, it's...
No. If it's gagging, it's more like...
I like Townsy's master of baiting.
Speaking of baiting... Brayden.
Hi, everyone. Oh, my God. It's been so freaking long since we've done a show.
With all of us,
with
yeah,
all of
I
us.
think
Yeah,
so.
we all got we got to kick the rust off a little bit. Like, it's been a hot minute.
So last show didn't happen because we just couldn't
Life.
get anyone, and it was going to be Brayden and I sort of sitting at the desk going, "Hey man, what's going on?"
Wasn't it gonna? It was gonna be us being like, is the Switch 2 a thing?
And there's no point in. Yeah, you've seen that before. Anyway, so we had a week off, and then before that, I was
You were in
doing
that-
a job.
Yeah, you're doing that thing. Which we probably should get around to
We
explaining.
will get
one day.
around to explaining that, but first we should probably talk about our Patreons and thanking them. Brayden, do you want to thank our Patreons?
I can certainly do that. I want to give a massive shout out to our producer level Patreons who support us enough that we give them a little, hey, thank you for your service every time we do the show. And one big thank you to Michael Towns, aka Gameboy Games. And we got Dylan the Villain and Sutek.
I was having a talk in the Discord just after WrestleMania
Yes.
about me just spoiling the ending to night one of WrestleMania Live, and basically the whole personality shift of John Cena. And someone in the Discord said, "Oh, I'd actually really like to sit in with you at once and hear you go through their reasoning behind all the matches and blah blah blah." And I said, "Yeah, cool, Patreon." So if you want to do that, if you want to join in a viewing of a wrestling pay-per-view with me and have me sit there and spoil everything for you, at least pretend to, head on over to hackthedino.com and click on the Patreon link and join us.
I wonder what this person has done that they feel so bad they feel they need to subject themselves to that.
Well, I think they might be a wrestling fan. So
My point stands.
yeah, you just want me to spoil it all. While you're over at hackthedino.com, might as well subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/@YouDon'tKnowVideoGames, or jump into our Discord. It's free, it's fun, it's full of mirth.
Flirty.
What?
It's flirty. Free, fun, and flirty.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
It's
Mirth
full
boy.
of nerds.
It
Oh,
is.
that's also me.
It's full of flirty nerds. Anto, what have you been playing lately?
Well, so this is going to come as a bit of a shock to most people because I figured everyone's getting sort of sick of me saying I'm still playing Baldur's Gate 3, like 6 months down the line.
You restarted Final Fantasy VII for the 18 millionth time.
I'm super excited to hear you talk about one of these things.
So the last couple of days in the run-up to the show, Coda, my partner, and I have been playing Finding Nemo on PlayStation 2.
I have that game at home.
It's surprisingly good fun.
I had
what,
this as a kid.
What made you pick up Finding Nemo?
I think Coda was playing Assassin's Creed, the newest one, Shadows.
Okay.
And sort of hit a bit of a wall with it and was like, Ghost of Yotei is coming out in October. I'm sort of done. And we were both like, we don't really want to play Baldur's Gate 3 co-op. We don't want to go into split fiction again.
You
quite
wanted
so
a cozy,
soon.
small, fun thing.
Yeah, sort of. So we just went through to the study.
No.
Had a look at the shelf.
No.
And I was like, screw it. Let's just play like a movie tie-in game that's really silly and stupid and probably bad.
Man, I can
and we
give you
picked this
so
off
many.
the shelf. And yeah, we spent maybe 2 and a bit hours playing it, and it was just stupid good fun.
Like Kingdom Hearts, but better.
No.
No, this looks cool. I've had this at home, and I've picked it up a number of times and never played it.
So it's going to sound like an absolute slight, and that I'm giving this game so much shit, but it's basically Superman 64 meets
I was about to ask.
Star Fox tutorial level, because every
But
single
finished?
level has a goal that you have to swim through X amount of rings.
Is it hard to swim with his lucky fin? Like, do you have to kind of counteract for the lucky fin all the time?
No.
Floppy, you were expecting way too much in this game.
It doesn't actually affect anything. One thing that's pretty funny, though, we got up to the level where Dory is showing you to the boat.
The butt.
The butt.
The butt.
You can touch the butt.
And you're following Bruce the shark.
Yeah.
And because we've been sort of just, handing the controller over after a death or whenever one of us has had enough, I hadn't realised that Coda had reversed the controls for up and down.
So she inverted them.
I jumped into the Dory level for the first time, and I was like, what the fuck? Is Dory's controls reversed because she's Dory? And not the case. Coda was just like, no, I just changed the controls. 'cause it makes
Psycho
more sense
Mantis
to me."
type crap happening.
So which configuration did she have? Like, was it
Down
flight
is
controls?
Up is down.
Yeah, so flight controls.
Which makes sense to me if that's how the game started, but because it wasn't set to that as a default, I got used to up being up and down being down very quickly.
I can't do that. I have to use flight controls. So
Yeah.
pull back to go up.
Yeah, that makes sense to me in my brain. Like, I always visualize, like, if someone has a joystick on the back of their head, if you pull it down, they're going to look up. And
That's
if you
a
push
weird
it
one. I
forward,
always
they're
just
going to
think
look
of
down.
I just
flying.
use the ponytail.
That was my line.
But yeah, no, we had a great time playing this for a couple of hours. It's just one of those movie tie-in games where it's like, cool, follow the plot, basically. Here are a few mini games that are sort of, plopped in every now and again to sort of freshen things up a bit.
So I was at prime age with my elder kids when they were little when this came out, and it was awesome. I freaking love this. And then it ended up, when it came out on DVD, ended up on a loop in my house with my kids for so long.
Kids do that, don't they? They hyperfixate on a movie.
But it was one of those first things where you put the DVD in and they'd animated things into the main menu.
Yep.
And it was awesome.
Oh,
So
the Finding Nemo main menu was lit.
with she just keep swimming, and then all these sort of things. Fill my trailer with water.
So
It was great.
what was your kids' hyperfixation?
Well, this
movies? Yep.
and High Five,
Oh, really?
the band.
Oh, Parker was Mary Poppins.
That's not a bad one either. That's
Just
a great
on
one.
loop over and over
But
again.
anything on loop is not great.
No. Incidentally, I found out the other day the nanny from Mary Poppins, so not Mary Poppins, but the nanny beforehand, was Lady Frankenstein. Or whatever it was, Frankenstein's bride.
Do you know that heaps of the nannies out in that were in the waiting line out the front that got blown away were all like men, like stuntmen?
Really?
Yeah, all in drag.
That's hilarious.
That's great.
Speaking of nannies, we
Yeah.
also started watching The Nanny again.
Oh, I'm so sorry
why?
for your loss.
It's a great show.
It's not.
It's
but
a great
okay.
show, and Coda does a really good impression of Fran Fine.
Yeah,
That's not something to brag about.
I've heard it.
It's great.
It chills.
It's great. Anyway.
Listen to Nanny.
Did I say I was also playing Monster Hunter Wilds? Because I've been playing this too.
I just thought this was
Yeah.
a clip of the Nanny
I
episode.
love how you were like, I was like, yep, ready to go. Here we go. He's going to talk about Monster Hunter Wilds. That's the newer game that he's talking about. And then he went
Yeah.
straight into Finding Nemo, and then we went like
Yeah.
5 minutes on Finding Nemo.
I'll be honest, I forgot I put this in my list. I haven't played a huge amount of Monster Hunter Wilds, but this is the first one I'm giving a really serious attempt at actually learning how to play. Because Monster Hunter famously is a really difficult to get into and understand series.
Well, that doesn't sound like anything like you enjoy at all.
I purchased
Because
the
it's just-
Monster Hunter Wii U when it came out. That was my Wii U console.
yeah?
Was the Monster Hunter one?
The Monster Hunter Try one?
Yep.
Yeah.
I played it once and went, this is not for me.
It's-
and never played it again.
It's slowly starting to click for me in terms of like systems and how things sort of
What the fuck?
flow from one thing to the next.
With the weird little Ewoks.
No,
But
they're
yeah,
talking cats.
it's even though they've simplified this one, it's still obtuse as fuck and doesn't explain anything. It's like, hey, here's a tutorial. We're going to give you 10 menus to look through and not explain what anything does.
Good.
So,
Am I right in... Because I don't really play...
Games.
I say... No, I play a lot of games.
Oh, sorry,
I just don't play these ones. You hunt and kill monsters to get stuff to improve your equipment and weapons so that you can hunt and kill bigger monsters.
yes, there is also a loose story that is like sort of there as an afterthought, but the main gameplay loop very much is go and kill a monster, harvest its bits, use bits to make better weapons and armor, then go kill bigger things.
And then go hit something with a giant monster dick sword.
Pretty much, yeah. So it's good fun. It's just, again, obtuse and very, very hard to understand, even more so than like the Soul series was when I first started. So it's going to be a challenge, but I'm not going to give up on this one because I've tried.
What are you doing to that Suicune?
a couple. Huh?
It's a Pokemon joke for you there.
Oh, okay.
For you legendary cat people out there.
So confused.
Suicune.
Anyway, yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Someone watching just laughed their ass off, Ben.
Yeah, thank you.
I missed
Subscribe.
it. Subscribe, please, because no one else is going to after that.
Floppy,
Yo,
what have you been playing?
I have felt the need recently for
Need for
some,
speed?
Yeah, no, for the need for some cozy games. Not cozy in the cozy game sense, but cozy in the fact that I know what I'm doing. So I went back and started playing the Batman Arkham series, something that I'd played a lot of on PS3. Both Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. So Arkham Asylum, I've played through and finished probably 3 or 4 times. Did that all on the PS3 though. Haven't played them since. So it's probably 10 years, if not longer. And I'd forgotten how tight and how good this game is. I finished it 100%. Let me clarify. I finished the main story, all the side missions, and every collectible in 25 hours.
That's pretty good
I
going.
think. Helped by the fact that I know where a lot of the things are because I'd played it a lot. But I played it on the PS4, so I played the HD one on the Return to Arkham collection. It is so good. This game, when 2009, I think it came out. It is textbook how to make tight levels, good story. You've got a bit of Metroidvania in there where you're collecting up gadgets for Batman and going back to certain areas to access areas you couldn't before. Cool voice acting, just great payoffs at boss fights and stuff. Like, it's just awesome. Has everyone played it?
I have. This is the only Batman Arkham game I've actually played because I think we were talking about it at the Toy Fair. I found, at the time, Arkham City to just be far too overwhelming and big. And Arkham Origins, I didn't play because I heard it was very buggy to begin with, didn't get patched sort of very quickly. And then I was under the false impression that Arkham Knight was 95% driving and only 5% typical Arkham gameplay. So
Incorrect.
I never played it for that reason.
Yeah. No, this is Arkham Asylum. So Arkham Asylum is awesome, very tight, very small game. All takes place in the grounds of the Arkham Asylum and across all the different buildings and subterranean areas and stuff. You have gliding to get from one place to another and zip lines and stuff, so it's very, very cool. There are some awesome scenes like this when you're under the influence of Scarecrow's fear gas. That's very cool. So I finished that one, and I've moved on to Arkham City. Arkham City, I don't know, 4 or 5 times as big. Arkham Asylum had 120 collectibles to find. I think this one has 440. But they just ramp up everything. It's a great story. You start out as Bruce Wayne in this part of the city that's been walled off and turned into a prison. And it is all the sort of areas of this giant walled off city prison are run by different
So it's no man's land.
Essentially.
Well, at this point in the story as well, this is the beginning of the game, right?
That is the opening of the game.
And this is just after, it's revealed that Bruce Wayne is Batman?
No.
No?
No. So
spoilers.
There are people that know Bruce Wayne is Batman. People like Ra's al Ghul, we know.
Yeah.
Everyone that's known Batman since at any time knows that there are people that know who Bruce Wayne is. That's cool. But no, this one you're getting thrown in there as Bruce Wayne, and most of the people in there just expect you to be Bruce Wayne. Of course, you get the black bat suit dropped in because you want it to be in there. But
You're
cool.
stuck in here with me.
It's a great story. Follows Hugo Strange, Ra's al Ghul. You get better gadgets. You get really cool free flow combat. The combos that you can do in this are awesome. They do have a counter system, combos multiplier, and then some special moves which are wicked. One of them which you jump up in the air and bring down a whole swarm of bats that circle around you and knock everyone out. It's great.
Combat like this, it's basically the earliest version of what Spider-Man eventually became in terms of the fighting
combat
style, right?
Yeah. This led to a whole bunch of games. Mad Max took this
Uncharted
combat,
used it
everything.
as well.
Yeah, Uncharted 4. yeah, the Mad Max games. There's so many games then took on this combat style, and it just works so well. I love it. But yeah, it's very cool. So I'll finish this one off. I'm at 78% of the story, and I've still got to go back and get a heap of the collectibles because these ones are a little more challenging. There's like different puzzle like sort of areas to get some of the trophies, and there are some that you can only get as Catwoman because Catwoman is a playable character in this for certain parts of the game.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what I've been playing.
I went back because you may have noticed that the Switch 2 was announced, and a part of that announcement was that GameCube games are coming to Switch Online for the Switch 2.
Yes.
One of those games was Pokemon Gale of Darkness, which is a game that I've wanted to play forever. Ever and ever and ever. Unfortunately,
Gale of Darkness?
Gale of Darkness.
Pokemon XD. Gale of Darkness.
It is a $500 to $600 game. So the chances of me ever owning it are very, very slim.
This is the man that bought Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, but not with my money. But I do have this in my shelf.
What's that?
And for those of you who
Colosseum?
can't see, yes, it's Pokemon Colosseum for the GameCube. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to finally give this a crack because I hear it's very similar. Now, was this the sequel to XD?
No,
or
that was the first one.
This was the first one. So XD's better than this?
Gale of Darkness is the sequel to that.
And it's better than this?
Kind of.
Ben, you wrote the wrong title in here. I've got Pokemon Conquest up ready to go.
Oh, well,
yeah.
I've got that game too. I just haven't played it recently.
Conquest
Okay.
is really good.
Let me find some footage of
Is Colosseum like a fighting game?
Colosseum's basically the trainer battles.
It's
You
Stadium,
go-
but with a story.
Yeah, you go to training battle to training battle to training battle.
Is Stadium the one that was on the Wii? No, what was that?
64.
64. Yeah, so in this one, you steal people's Pokemon.
No. You steal evil, brainwashed shadow Pokemon from abusive people.
You
So
steal
you're
other
freeing
people's
them.
Pokemon.
That sounds like a stretch.
You're
to
freeing
justify
them.
something if any if I heard one.
You're freeing them by throwing your balls at their face and stealing them.
Oh, we've all done that.
Called snag balls, that's right.
Which are just Premier Balls.
But yeah, you steal people's Pokemon balls and yeah, anyway, it's a Pokemon game. I'm probably 2 hours into it.
You gonna
Yeah.
keep playing?
Oh, I might give it a go. Maybe. Depends on what mood I'm in.
I'm pretty sure this game is where the Team Go Rocket Shadow Pokemon mechanic came from.
Well, yeah, because I thought Gale of Darkness came before this, because that's where Shadow Lugia came from.
Yeah.
But if this is the first one, then yeah, this is where Shadow Pokemon came from originally. You know, it's fine. It's just not it feels like a quarter of a game.
The way I judge this game is that when it came out, it was the first 3D Pokemon game with a story and battling, so it was fine.
Yep.
It just hasn't aged well.
Right.
You can still go back and have fun with rental Pokemon in Pokemon Stadium with friends in multiplayer. But if you pull this out and try to play multiplayer or have a good time with people with it, it gets very slow very quickly, which sounds ridiculous. But yeah, it's not great for more than a first time playthrough.
Yeah, and which is what I'm doing now.
Is that a ladybug Pokemon?
And then when I was in Cash Converters a couple of
shit.
weeks back, I came across a $12 disc of Phantasy Star Online, which I think is a bit of a pricey game. And I went, oh, $12, sure. And then when I got home that night, I went, oh, hang on, there's a case and a booklet or a manual of Phantasy Star Online for $40. So I got it. There it is in my hands. Phantasy Star Online episodes 1 and 2 for the GameCube.
I saw you play this afternoon.
Yeah, I hadn't played it yet, so I thought, all right, well, when Floppy was eating dinner, I went, oh, I'll put this on.
It was so hard watching because you hadn't figured out there was a run button and you were just walking really slowly everywhere.
Yeah. So you created a character. I made Vegeta. Just
Of course you did.
yeah, I mean, I've played, half an hour of it? It sure is an RPG from the early 2000s. I can tell you that much.
Townsy is
This is it. This is the level that I played.
Townsy has just said this over Monster Hunter Wilds, and as someone who played this online on the Dreamcast when it first came out, I agree 100%.
Really?
Yep. I had such a good time playing this online.
So when does it start to get good?
That's
hour
a very
15.
subjective question. It's brilliant if you're playing with friends from the get-go, but if you're playing it solo as an offline experience, you've got to spend a bit of time to get powerful.
Okay, so it's just grinding.
Yeah,
If you
it's
get
a grind fest.
if you get 3 more copies, we'll all play with you.
No, well,
You can play
it's
this
local
local
co-op.
Yeah.
I've got 2 Whitebird controllers in
Yeah,
there as
but
well.
that doesn't get him to buy us more copies.
What I did find was I just went through the tutorial level, and the guy the robot who was with me was just way OP. So he was just killing everything for me. All right, cool. I'll just collect the XP. I think by the end of it, I was on level 3, and he was on level 39.
Yeah, wow.
So yeah. Anyway, it was. I'm glad it's in my collection, and I'll give it another go. But
It's a
let's see if
super important piece of history because, like, this was one of Sega's first. I think it was within the first 5 releases they put out for the GameCube after they went third party.
All right.
But also, like, people are still playing this on private servers on the Dreamcast to this day.
Really?
Like, that's how influential this was at the time.
Oh, cool. Well, I might give it a bit more of a crack.
I
Like,
wonder if they tried Fortnite. They should try Fortnite. Maybe they'd like that better.
all right, Brayden,
Howdy.
you've got some things to talk about, and I've got some
have
questions to ask.
Things to talk about.
Well, let's leave that one I want to talk to you about last.
Yeah.
Go the other two first.
I have I needed a palette cleanser after Baldur's Gate 3, so I'm going back and playing Mafia Definitive Edition
Yes!
because I only ever played 2 back on the PS3. I never played 1, so I'm in the middle of that at the moment. It's very good so far. It is exactly what I was looking for, where it is just I can just blitz through the story, enjoy the story. I have a quest and I'm doing the mission and I do that and that's it. I'm not doing any open world exploring or anything like that. I'm just doing the story.
I like
beelining.
That. I like
Yeah.
that each game is a specific decade. So this is 1940s and number 2 is this is 1930s. Number 2 is 1940s. Number 3 is 1960s.
Yeah. I'm very much enjoying playing this, they really commit to like it being a period piece.
Yes.
Like, it is impressive the amount of detail they put in and how much they care about the time period. Because, like, when you're just driving around and it's giving you, like, the radio, and, like, the radio is giving you little, like, bits of news, and, like, it's spot on. And
How does the radio sound?
Well,
You know, hey!
I was going to say, is it something like this, fella?
my favorite thing about the radio is that what it sounds like changes because I drove under a tunnel and the radio went all like, like cut out. And I was like, that's a level of detail.
You're like,
that is
internet black
so
spot.
unnecessary, but really good.
I cannot wait for you to finish this and talk to you about the completion of the story.
Yes, because I've never seen the ending of this game. So the story is definitely heating up where I'm at. But I've seen all this, but I haven't seen much further than this. But it is real good so far.
Number 2 is good, but number 3 is excellent as well.
Yeah.
With the mafia in like this sort of Louisiana, New Orleans style sort of
I'm
setting.
keen to get
very,
into
very
them.
cool.
I've got them all downloaded, ready to go. I'm just going to blitz through them.
I have the collection of number 3, which came with records, like 2 vinyl records, one of the score from the game and one of the licensed music from the game. You never see ones with licensed music.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's so good.
So that's one thing I've been playing. I've also been playing the game that is technically still on Game Club, so we'll talk about that later. But the other game, you guys might have been hearing some people talking about this Blueprints thing.
I
Yeah.
have heard you two talk about it.
Came out of nowhere.
Absolutely out of nowhere. I heard it mentioned on a podcast. They were like, I'm playing Blueprints. I can't talk that much about it, but it might be my game of the year.
And then you got it on your...
And then I immediately got it on Fantasy Critic.
Yep, you did.
And then I was like, okay, cool, I'm interested in that. It sounds like a cool puzzle game. We'll give it a go. And then I was like, oh, it's on PlayStation Plus and Game Pass, like in the catalog section. And I was like, sweet, I'll give it a go for free. That's awesome. And then Michaela and I rolled credits on it.
Really? Yeah. Have you really?
We rolled credits, which is nowhere near the end of what we want to do and solve in this game.
Yep.
How
This
long
game-
did it take you to roll credits?
I think we're just shy of 20 hours.
You just want to give a quick
Yes.
overall of what it is?
So, it's a first-person puzzle-solving game. You play as this young lad who has just inherited this house from his rich old grandfather, you know, as you do. And it has one caveat, is that he requires you to reach the 46th room out of this 55-room estate. And every door you open, you choose from 3 rooms that appear as blueprints. Get it? Blueprints.
Spelt wrong.
Yep. And you choose and select from that. And each room has different effects, different doors in different places. You can lock yourself out, and you can basically fail reaching the 46th room, at which point you start the next day and start again. And the rooms, you select them and place them in different ways. And it is a roguelite puzzle game. It is awesome. It's so good. Michaela and I have been absolutely obsessed with it. The game starts and it suggests, hey, you should probably get like a pen and paper, or like you should take notes somehow.
That's cool.
I like it when games force you to take notes and draw maps and stuff.
I like that.
If you are not taking notes in this game, you are gonna get nowhere, because you are going to come across things and be like, oh, I saw something that said this.
So they don't have like a notebook like Return the Obra Dinn?
No,
Ooh.
there's nothing like that.
You gotta handwrite shit.
You are like Michaela. I imagine it would be really fun if you do handwrite stuff, because if you've just got like a notepad next to you and you're scribbling things down. Michaela and I did it the very like modern way where we had a notes document on our phone.
You're such a child.
And we were taking like photos of the screen instead of like drawing it. But if you're hand drawing your notes, you're going to have so much fun with this, because your notes are going to be monstrous.
I am of the age where even the concept of using my phone to take notes for that game did not occur to me. The only thing that entered my mind is you need a pen and paper.
Yeah. So straight up, you get a pen and paper by your side, you start playing this game. You'll be thinking like, take some notes of this, take some notes of that. And then you'll hit a point where something unlocks and clicks in your brain and they reveal something to you and you're like, oh my God, it goes so much deeper than I ever thought it possibly could.
The amount of times I've heard that.
So, like, I can't take credit for this tip
Game.
that I'm about to share. For the game,
Anto
sure.
can't take credit for the game, everyone.
No. So, like,
very humble of him.
just on the vein of note taking.
Yep.
Something Coda started doing when we were playing, when she first started playing Baldur's Gate, like in 2024.
Etching notes in stone.
Yes. She has her PlayStation controls set up so that the share button defaults with a single press to taking a screenshot.
Yep.
So if she sees something she needs to remember in a game, she just goes dink,
Oh.
and it's there on the system ready to go.
I don't think I've ever taken a screenshot.
And
And I just think that's so clever, and it would be perfect for this.
it would be perfect, because you know what you can do? You can then access that on your phone on the PlayStation app. That's really smart.
Yeah.
Because Michaela's Notes app is like so unhinged. It's crazy.
When did we have to start doing homework to play video games?
Oh, Ben, but
Do you
start
not ever
playing this
remember
game-
drawing a map for Zelda? Do you not ever remember writing down level codes?
Yeah. Cheat codes.
Same
Write down
thing,
cheat
mate.
codes.
Same
I
thing.
have
He's talking about a bibliography in his phone.
So I have an art sketchbook at home that has 7 or 8 pages, so A4 pages, full with like dividing lines and like cross-sectioned bits that explain the benefits of different like abilities and equipment and stuff for characters in Final Fantasy 12.
well,
Because that game is insane and note-taking is fun.
I just had a piece of paper that said Sub-Zero, hold low punch, back down towards release low punch. That's his ice grenade fatality for Mortal Kombat 2. Did that the other day. I tested all my arcade machines on my arcade.
For real,
arcade
he
games.
actually did it. He managed to do it
I did.
physically for real, in real life.
I'm now hunted by the police.
And
So-
you're also wanted by another Scorpion Ninja Man.
Yes,
For the
right.
video watchers, this is how each day starts. It starts with a very slow zoom in through the front door.
For all the podcast listeners, the day starts at night.
It's a very moody place. Very moody, incredibly moody. But it's like a roguelite is like a tough one to crack. Like sometimes it doesn't feel like you're making any progress whatsoever. But this thing is fantastic. I cannot recommend this game to you enough.
Is it Game of the Year?
It is 100% my game of the year so far.
Ooh.
You need to play
Because
Split Fiction.
I have had so much fun with this. Michaela and I have had an absolute blast. So as each time you open a door, it presents you with 3 rooms. Some of them have different things. You can end up upgrading rooms permanently in some cases. You can upgrade what you start with each time. You're finding notes. You're finding all these different little items that will help you through it. Some rooms that you go to draft have costs, so you have to have enough gems to be able to actually unlock them and place them. And I can't recommend it enough.
Totally familiar with hotels that have rooms that have costs.
Yes.
So what you're saying is this is just 3D Balatro.
I mean, yeah. Imagine if there was a level of puzzle mystery to Balatro that was hidden behind the game, and that's that. Like,
yeah, I'm in. That sounds great.
I really hope you all at least give it a go. Like, it being on Game Pass is genius.
I'll do it.
Because
I'll
you
have
can
a crack.
just give it a shot, do a couple days, and just see how you go. Don't be too committed to being like, oh man, I didn't make it to the end of the rooms. Like, just keep going. Because you'll keep finding...
Would you say, just
keep
keep swimming,
I would say
swimming,
just
swimming?
But oh my god, I love it so much. It's my game of the year so far. Highly recommend.
Nana?
All right, we had the Toy Fair last weekend,
We did.
or the weekend before. One
Yep,
of the weekends.
One of them.
We had
weekend
'em.
before.
Was it last weekend?
No, weekend before.
Weekend before.
been
Let's go through some of the stuff that we got.
Oh, do you know what I didn't do this time?
What's that?
Buy video games.
Whoa!
None.
What'd you get?
I bought, actually, Brayden, if you in the...
For those of you wondering what we're laughing at, head on over to our Instagram at You Don't Know Video Games, and you can see Floppy doing his best T-Rex impersonation.
Yes. I bought, the one video game related thing I bought, actually two, was I bought some strategy guides because I like strategy guides. Prima ones. Thank you, Anto, for destroying Prima by all of your note-taking.
Hey, look, it's
I
not
saw
my
that
fault.
comment. I did buy this, which was my Batman Arkham Origins grapple gun box, which is awesome. Love that. I spent most of my money on Jurassic Park figures. There they are. So I bought a whole bunch of Jurassic Park dinos and a sexy Ian Malcolm, which I didn't realise until I got home late that night at like 10 o'clock.
You can have sex with.
Yes.
Awesome.
No, I put the bag down and I heard Ian
bet you
Malcolm speak to me. And I was like, what the fuck was that? And I opened it up, and when you push on him, he says different Ian Malcolm phrases when you push down on like the padded part underneath him. So I sat there for 20 minutes before I went to bed doing that. But I
20
bought
minutes?
those. And I started my Brave Star collection.
So we went out today to try and
Further
expand
that,
it.
and I expanded something else. Ben's pants with a Technodrome.
No, that wasn't you.
No. But I started my Brave Star. Brave Star collection. Brave Star is a cartoon from 87.
I thought it was 89.
87 to 89. But stupidly, they released the toys before the cartoons and no one bought them.
That is silly.
But it is achievable. There is like 9 figures in the entire set. 2 vehicles and a fort, which I won't own because it costs too much. But I've got those 2 figures there. The bartender guy whose name is Handlebar Moustache.
Wow.
Yeah. And Tex Hex.
Tex Hex.
They are both complete. Tex Hex with a box. I was very,
Didn't Tex
very
Hex have a trench coat?
No, that was Thunderstick.
Ah, okay.
The robot dude. That's also a Robotech figure and some mask figures. And today I picked up another mask toy when we went out looking for Brave Star stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my pickups mostly.
Anto, what did you get?
So unlike basically everyone else who goes to the comic and toy fair, I bought just video games.
Good.
So I picked up Ape Escape.
What now? In the chat,
Yes.
Afronix. Was Afronix looking for that as well?
Yes.
Yeah, I sent them over to Julian's table.
After you'd bought it. Rude.
Yeah, because he had 2 copies.
Oh, okay, not rude. Very
And
thoughtful.
Anto bought both of them.
I did. I bought one.
And then resold them to him.
Afronix, if you're in the chat,
Scumbag
did you
reseller.
get a copy of Ape Escape? Because I remember you looking for it.
I also picked up Star Ocean First Departure on PSP. Just another JRPG. And Floppy was kind enough to give me Final Fantasy IV, the complete collection on PSP as
I
well
did.
at Toy Fair.
That's right.
Yeah. I also did buy... What else did I pick up? I bought a
Herpes.
copy of Hyper Magazine, which was an old Aussie
that a
mag
Sonic
from
one?
the 90s that had...
Cloud.
its feature was Final Fantasy VII, so I bought it.
Afronix didn't get it.
Some really good dude pointed that out to you. Cool guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you didn't get your Ape Escape. I'm sorry Anto got it before you did.
I didn't get anything before anyone else.
You did.
Um,
That's right. No, Afronix had it in her hand. She was about to buy it, and Anto just came running in with a
Yoink!
fist and smashed.
straight
dropped
inside
an
the
elbow,
style.
Steel
and
chair
then
over
pump
the head.
handle slam, bang to the table. The table went like that, went flying everywhere.
You lost me as soon as you named a wrestling move.
Yeah,
You know that Anto's back won't let him do wrestling moves.
that's true. But
What?
you can drop a leg. Anyway,
What?
Anto's back won't let you do wrestling moves.
What did I get?
Oh,
I can't
that.
remember. Oh, I was behind the table most of the day. Look, I literally went out 3 times during the day.
And every time he left, I made him most of his money.
Yeah, what does that say? I got Hyrule Warriors for the Wii U big box set with the scarf, which made me realise when I got home that I now have pretty much the big box Zelda games now, except for one, which is the Skyward Sword
Skyward
one.
Sword with the gold Wiimote.
Yep, and I've got 2 gold Wiimotes in there.
Oh, there you go. You just need a box.
No, so I've already spoken to someone about possibly picking one up in the next couple of months. So then I'll have all of them. I can't remember what else I got.
Mate, you got so
Hold up,
much
this
shit.
is loading.
No, it's loading. Good
Image is
old...
loading.
Taking its time.
Oh,
It's
that's right.
trying to comprehend the amount of stuff in the photo.
So I got a Pokemon Black and White poster from
Man, it
Liam.
really does not want to load this image.
No, it really doesn't, does it? I got Killer Instinct Killer Cut CD, the
Ugh.
cardboard one that goes in with the Super Nintendo game, which is really hard to find. Kyle helped me out with that one. I got a whole bunch of Dino Riders. I bought a bag of Dino Riders for 1 brain box. I just want that one piece. He goes,
What?
sorry.
So
I
Brain box is what goes on the bad Dino Riders stuff.
Yeah, and makes them turn evil. And I just needed, it was just 1 helmet for the Deinonychus. But no, you wouldn't
Say
just
it
sell
correctly.
me that. So, Deinonychus.
Velociraptor.
No,
Man,
it's a Deinonychus.
it really does not want to load this image, but it is this one down here.
A whole bunch of fun stuff. I got a 5-screw Kung Fu. So that was cool for the 5-screw Kung Fu. What? Huh? What?
I think a
Five
5-screw
Screw
Kung
Kung
Fu
Fu.
was something Floppy did in the 80s.
80s.
And the other day, not attached to the Comic and Toy Fair, I went out and got these 2, which is the Legend of Zelda VHSs, where Link is a womanizing, awful person.
Sure is boring around here,
That's it.
Excuse me.
That's also it.
princess.
I've never seen it. And I don't
It's
want
so
to.
good.
Whereas
No, I
Ganon
don't want
talks like this.
It's so good. It's awful, but it's brilliant.
Ganon wants to marry Zelda.
I mean, he wants to do that most of the time.
Like, Ganon wants to ask Zelda for a kiss.
So it's Bowser and Peach.
Basically, but he's really creepy.
Peaches.
Whereas Bowser's got some charm to him. He goes, hey, I'm a giant turtle. Anyway, that was-
Here's my giant turtle penis.
what did you get, Brayden?
I got comics.
Hey!
Actually, hilariously, as I was putting them in my little
Oh, I got comics as well. I've got 83 Uncanny X-Men to go.
yeah, you did real well with the comics department. I just got a couple things. I wasn't really looking to spend money, and then I saw some stuff, and I was like, yeah, I can go have a quick look. I got one comic for $2 because I was like, oh, cool. And then I put it in my app, and I was like, that's
God.
a lot higher than $2. The most recent sold price for a rated 8.0 sold for $117 US.
You can't go by those prices,
What
Brayden.
be-
If it's
but
raw,
what-
you need to go look up raw.
What was
know.
the name of the comic? I don't think you said
So
it.
it's a Young Avengers issue 1, but it's a reprint that was in a Marvel Legends figure. And I was like, oh, like, you know, it's got not for resale in the corner, and like it was one of the backing board comics in
You're
a
going
toy.
to go to jail now.
And I was like, oh, cool. Like, that's a bit of fun for my collection. I'm pretty sure I already have the first one, like, normally. And then as I was putting it in, I was like, oh, that's more than $2. Cool. But
Groovy.
I just got a bunch of old Black Panther shit.
Nice. My comic book collection's going stupid. It's going to get more stupid.
Speaking of
I own
Tomic-
2 comics.
Comic and
Tomic?
Toy Fairs and Tomic and Koi Fairs. It's where you get to see big fish
Yep.
and gin and tonics.
Are they real fish?
Yes.
Real big fish.
Oh, so, friend of the show, V to the Z, has just been to Japan with her daughter Violet, and I got inundated with photos of fucking giant koi. Like, they were massive. Scary massive.
And you know what's even better? Like,
I wouldn't
they're just
put
in
my dick anywhere near those waters.
They are like just in like ponds on the corner of a building.
Yeah.
Like there's a building, big skyscraper, and then on the corner it's got like this little pond, and there's a giant koi just swimming in it, and everyone just leaves it alone because
Tell you what.
Japan are nice.
While they were there, they brought me back an amiibo that I was missing, Dark Samus,
Sweet.
and a really cool Jaws cup from the Universal Studios there. Heaps of Jurassic Park and Jaws. Whoa!
Yeah, man.
But speaking of comic and toy fairs and buying things and finding stuff that we want, video game grail items is come up in conversation.
Yeah.
What things are our grail items? Have we talked about them before? Have we found them? Are we still looking for them?
Well, I mean, one I have, which is
You
Chrono
have,
Trigger,
which is Chrono Trigger.
and the GameCube kiosk, which I got a couple of years back.
I got one late last year, which was Silent Hill.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And what about you, Anto? Have you had any grails that you've managed to?
I've
Purchase?
got one of mine. I didn't bother to put a picture in the list in the run sheet. So, Brayden, if you could do a very quick Google search, that'd be awesome.
Can do it.
I picked up a couple of years ago now the Final Fantasy VII Advent Children PlayStation 3.
I remember.
I remember
this.
that.
It's not
Did you get it in box? You did get it in box, didn't you?
It's complete. So it's a slightly different black than
that's cool.
normal. So it's not like a piano black. It's like a sort of brushed metallic looking sort of color, but it's got like little sparkly glitter bits sort of through it. But it also has Cloud's Cloudy Wolf logo emblazoned on the front. And it came with the complete release of Advent Children and a demo disc for Final Fantasy 13.
Nice.
But it was Japan only, never got released anywhere outside of there, because, of course, it didn't. It's just really pretty, and probably
And that's what you've got.
point of pride in my collection for Final Fantasy 7.
All right.
Brayden, do you have a Grail item
Don't you have?
that you have?
That I have. Whoa. No.
No. Cool.
Got married.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good Grail item.
kind of objectifying a little bit, but I got a wife.
I meant more the achievement of finding someone that you would like to spend the rest
so
of your
much
life
To
money.
own.
Marriage was your Grail quest, not your Grail obtaining.
So much money. No.
So,
no,
like a real Grail item cost you a lot.
like it's tough at the moment because I don't have a lot of room for anything right now. I don't have like a space to live in yet, but when I do and we'll actually have some room, then I will kind of get back into trying to collect things again.
How is it living under the bridge?
Please support the Patreon so Brayden can afford a home.
But
where he drew some blood.
like most of my Grail item stuff is a lot of comic book stuff.
Whoa, what's your Grail comic? Like,
My
if you
Grail
could
comic-
magically have one comic, what would it be? It was just
maybe
appeared.
Amazing Fantasy 15.
Wait, is it one of your things?
Like, no, the Grail comic that I reasonably think I will get is in this list later on.
Okay.
But the magically appearing one, Amazing Fantasy 15, straight away.
Hey, I know a place where there's 2 copies of Amazing Fantasy.
Disgusting.
15.
That's insane.
Yeah.
All right, should we kick this off?
Yeah, all right. Ben, go
Grail
first.
items that we're after.
Number 1, Ben, go.
64 double D.
I mean, we all like...
So we're
okay.
talking about
Totally different picture in my head.
the attachment to the Nintendo 64. Now, this was Nintendo's answer to the PlayStation because PlayStation was cheaper to produce for devs due to the 64 using cards. Devs were jumping ship to PlayStation. Example of this is Square with the Final Fantasy series. Nintendo 64 carts could hold 12 to 16 meg, people.
It's not a lot.
The PlayStation disc held almost 700 meg.
That's a lot of megs.
It's a lot of full motion video.
The 64 Double D would bring the,
I gotta laugh
the
every
64 online, providing better graphics due to the carts now being able to hold a massive 64 meg. It was released in Japan in 1999, and no one cared due to the PlayStation 2 coming out soon. You could only purchase this expansion add-on to the Nintendo 64 through a mail order subscription. So for $22 a month, $22 for 12 months, you got the Double D, this subscription to Radnet, which was a place where you could, send emails.
Radnet was like, it was like an online
Chat,
hosting thing.
You got a modem, a keyboard, a mouse, an expansion pack, and 6 games delivered on a bi-monthly schedule. The most impressive of these was F-Zero X.
Is that twice a month or every second month?
Every second month. How cool are these dinosaurs, by the way?
They look better than half the things in Skull Island.
So the expansion pack for F-Zero X, you got new tracks, a track editor, and a brand new soundtrack. Mario Artist was basically a sequel to Mario Paint, and SimCity 64, which I own. It suffered from slowdown. It wasn't a very good game. Also had Doshin the Giant, which was later released on GameCube because it proved so popular. Now, there were only 15,000 add-ons sold, and a recent sale
How many made?
of the add-on only sold just for under $2,500.
You can get that.
And games started around $200 each.
Pretty sure, to answer your question, Floppy, I'm fairly certain that there was something like only 25,000 of these produced total.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
A few leaked out to stores because they had just surplus stock because no one took up
one
the
was
subscription.
doing it, yeah.
And that's why they're so expensive now. Like, it's ridiculous.
Are you going to buy one?
If I ever find one and I have the money spare, I will buy one.
You sell an arcade cabinet.
I could, actually. I've got a time crisis there. I'm thinking about moving on.
Just
Interestingly
move on
enough,
a GameCube kiosk.
No.
I don't know about the PAL versions of the Nintendo 64, but I know the Japanese.
Who's this?
That was the head of Nintendo in the 90s.
I know
Shout
the Japanese
out to
DVD
Gaming
works
Historian, whose
on
video
a
we're
US
looking at here.
System.
The what, sorry?
The disk drive attachment for the N64. The Japanese one works on US
because they're both
systems,
NTSC.
but they're different, like NTSC and NTSC-J. So like they run the same like refresh rate and stuff, but I don't know if they'll work on PAL because they have the same connector and everything. But I don't think anyone's
Doesn't
ever
matter. I just want it
tested
on a
it.
shelf to look at.
Oh, just use the thing.
I can't. You just said I can't.
You've got a Japanese 64, surely.
Yeah, I do. It's right there.
There you
$5.
go.
Anyway, Floppy,
Yo.
what's your
All right, my
Grail
first
item?
one is a controller. Actually, both of mine are peripherals. My first one is the Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller.
These things are sick.
It
I
came in.
actually owned one of these. I owned the GameCube one.
Fuck you.
And I sold it before I was collecting as well.
So this came out in two different versions: the yellow version for the GameCube and red for the PS2. I don't know which one I want, or if I want more than one. I just want one of them. I don't care
You should
which
get
one.
the one for the best version of the game. The GameCube
PS2.
one.
Whoops. Oh, sorry, I meant best console.
Yeah, it does.
So it came in that stylized box that you can see, which had like a 3-paned window that resembled the cabins from the game going around it. Very nice little velvet stand. Blood-splattered blade that doesn't have any function, but it looked cool. Newbie Tech, the company that made it, claimed that it was designed to improve the game experience of Resident Evil 4. That was proven to be bullshit. It just looked cool.
It's awful. Awful controller.
So like certain buttons are on the handle or the trigger, and then there was a whole bunch of stuff up on the top. It's awkward to hold, but yeah. Man, I want one. I want one really bad. I don't know what they go for at the moment. I haven't seen one for a long time. Look at that thing. What
Yeah.
a pain in the ass.
I had a buddy who entered a Smash Bros. Melee tournament using one of these.
Wow, really?
It didn't do very well.
That's one of my regrets selling
I really
that.
want it.
Yeah. I had that yellow one. I regret selling it.
I think I want the red one. I think the red one looks better.
Well, I had it given to me.
Oh, I wouldn't knock back either of them. I'm just
It
saying.
was just given to me, and it was before I was collecting, and I was moving at the time, and I just went, I don't need this, and I sold it for I think $75 back in 2010 or something.
I'd pay $75 for it now.
You're welcome, Dylan.
Okay, random. Anto, what's your first Grail?
So my first Grail item, true to form, it's a Final Fantasy related item.
I was
and it's
wondering what this was because
very
I didn't know.
similar to Floppy's Grail item. So in Japan, again, only Japan, Square released a controller called the Tiny Bee controller for Final Fantasy X-2. It's just two handguns that have analog sticks and PlayStation buttons on them somewhere. For
I've
you
never
to
seen
use.
them. That's cool.
That looks sick.
It came with an adapter, so you plug it into your PlayStation as normal, and then it had like almost like audio jack connectors that fit into the bottom of the guns. And one of them was for movement and some of the shoulder buttons in the left hand, and the other was for face buttons and the other shoulder buttons in the right hand. It's such a gimmick item because the whole sort of thing with Final Fantasy X-2
Look at this dude.
was that Yuna, the protagonist, instead of being a summoner / white mage in the sequel, she has guns. So they were like, cool, let's give
man.
people controllers and make them pretend that they're shooting and
That's
stuff.
the most 2000 shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
No.
You
You
talking
want to
about
know
his waistcoat or?
the most 2000 shit you've ever seen is Dylan the Villain in the live comments has said, I still have my USB from high school. Only 32 megs. Ha ha ha.
That is very
Dylan.
2000.
Dylan, when we were at high school,
There was the computers.
3.5 meg, baby.
Oh, we didn't have computers because there was only 3.
We had save icons.
They didn't get. They got
Physical
stolen.
ones that were 3D printed.
Anyway, these guns are cool.
But yeah,
Yeah, that looks sick. I love the display case. For it.
I would love a pair of these. I've wanted them since I found out about them in the mid-2000s.
How much do they go for?
Depends.
What are they called?
Tiny Bee.
Little
That's
bee.
Little bit.
Tiny bee.
Tiny Bee
All right,
controller.
Brayden, what's your first Grail item?
My first one is.
Yours seems somewhat achievable.
Hey, it's good to have. It's good to have a low bar. Yeah. A low bar means hey, one day you might actually be able to get it, and
Yeah.
I strive for that in my I could like it's the same thing with the comics thing, right? Like I could strive and dream to be like one day I'll have enough money to get Amazing Fantasy 15,
No, you won't.
but I won't. Like I ostensibly. There is no chance in hell I will ever own that comic in any reasonable
That's
fashion.
not true. There is a small to none chance.
I might be able to own one page of that comic one day. Who knows?
I believe in you.
I doubt it. So I'd like to set my standards well, and mine's actually fairly recent in both aspects. My one that I really want especially now that there's...
I wanna.
If you want to be that...
Yeah, thank you.
If anyone's seen the news from literally like yesterday, they announced a release date to a certain game with the collector's edition, which matches with the first game's collector's edition. I want the Ghost of Tsushima collector's edition mask.
Same.
That's cool.
It's so cool.
I showed Code of a trailer for
I've forgotten about
Yotei yesterday.
Yeah. So they quite literally
Oh.
they just revealed the release date for Yotei, which is the 2nd of October. Very excited for it. And they've announced another collector's edition in which they have the new mask in the exact same scale, the exact same style, in their white new look for it. Oh, those two side by side. So that's if I ever see that out in the wild, I will probably just get it.
That's amazing. That's cool. Can you wear it?
Will
you wear it?
Think so.
Will you avenge your fallen brothers?
Ven will you avenge?
Or just wear it to be cool when you're at
Ven
home.
will you
eating-
avenge?
just cooking dinner.
All right, second grail.
Second grail. Ben, go.
All right. Anyone heard of the Panasonic Q?
Yep.
Nah.
Wanted one all the time as a
I
kid.
lie. Of course I
Same.
have.
So the Panasonic Q was pretty much a GameCube, but as a DVD player, built by Panasonic.
It's ugly as fuck, though, isn't it?
No,
not.
it's gorgeous.
gorgeous.
So it's not the first time Nintendo allowed a third
Are you
party.
taking the piss?
No, that's brilliant. I love
I
it.
love this thing.
It's a third party to play with their systems. In 1986, Sharp produced the Twin Fami and the Sharp Nintendo TV. I have the Twin Fami right ahead of me, right in front of me, as grammatically correct
I guess
people like
it's
to
ahead
say.
of you as well. Like if we were running a race, it would be in the lead.
It would be. It would be.
I legitimately thought you guys loved it because it was like an ironic
No,
thing.
no,
No,
Ugly
I,
as fuck.
Stunning.
I absolutely love the look of it.
That's weird because it is ugly as fuck.
So the GameCube couldn't play CDs or DVDs. Panasonic came out after its launch and offered to make the Q. It could play CDs, DVDs, video CDs, and GameCube games. It came with a branded controller and a Panasonic branded GameCube controller as well. The Game Boy Advance Game Boy player that you get for the GameCube didn't fit on it because this has little legs. So Panasonic released their own Game Boy player. Something that I didn't actually know about until I was reading about this today.
Yeah, right.
It was discontinued after only 2 years, selling less than 100,000 units, which is very bad. Recent sold listing for a Panasonic Q, just the console, went for $1,800.
I hate the mirror.
And the adapter recently sold for $2,000. Wow. But I've actually been offered one of these complete in box with the 6 games that came out with it for $3,000.
That's pretty good if it works.
Yes. Yeah, well, the biggest problem is that
They're notoriously bad.
all it was a rubber band, like
Yeah.
the Xbox, a rubber band for the
drive.
disc drive.
Yeah.
I mean, you can replace that. It's just getting in there is a pain in the
Yeah.
ass. Yeah.
It looks like an air fryer.
I love it.
I think it's sick.
Really
yeah.
want, like, the controllers, the remote for it is one of the most expensive things. You giving the thumbs up, Brayden?
Yeah, Floppy, I'm sorry, you're wrong. It's cool.
Like those ports, when it turns on and you use the ports have LEDs in them.
Yeah, they're all blue.
And they light up.
Oh, man.
The thing that makes me
thing's sick.
like this so much.
Now he's in.
Now
Now
he's
he's in.
No, I could just play that on something else, right?
Yeah, it's just the DVDs. He was just highlighting the audio.
The thing that makes this scream cool to me is that it looks like a mid 2000s like car CD player, like one
Yep.
of those ones that you pop in and out to the little dash bit. And I don't know why it has always looked super cool to me.
I don't understand what the pictures are doing.
It's the cinema mode. It had a cinema mode, which
There
was
was no
supposed to enhance
fucking
it.
difference.
Yeah, exactly.
There was absolutely a difference.
No, there wasn't.
Yes, there
Yeah,
was
one. Oh no,
literally a
he's right.
difference.
One was on the left.
That's right.
No, they
was
were
on the
totally
right.
different color gradients. Like, seriously, go and get checked for color blindness because that is totally different.
Also, Floppy, you called the chainsaw red when it was clearly orange.
What?
It's literally red.
The chainsaw was orange.
The dress was blue, all right? All right. Yeah, so that's
Interesting.
That's on my
Interesting.
buy pile, and I'm really, really considering getting that. If I get it, heard it here first. I'll let you see.
First, I want a thing. I don't know if that's calling it. All right, number 2 for me.
I'm excited for this one. This is a great pick.
Number 2 for me. It's something that I said a long time I wanted,
You had the opportunity to get one a couple of years back. 'Cause I sent you the link.
and I didn't have the money for it at
Yeah.
the time.
So you've got kids. You can sell
You
one.
quite often send me links to awesome things that I don't have, and it's always when I don't have the money for them. Townsy says, when I play Blueprints, it's going to be Green Prints.
Actually, no, straight up, there is actually a big problem where the game involves color really importantly. And straight up, if for certain levels of color blindness, it's not really, you can't solve it at the moment.
I was totally joking about the color blindness comment though, just as a
King
aside.
Kaiju is pretty severe color blindness, like to the fact that he can't differentiate between is it red and green?
Yeah, I think
Lucky
that's
he's
the
not an
major one.
electrician.
But that's one of the most severe.
Yeah, the devs of Blueprints are currently working on a bunch of colorblind stuff.
like accessibility options and stuff.
But because it's so integral to so many different mysteries and puzzles in it, it's tough.
I love Townsy's comment. Just get good at looking. All right, my number 2 pick is once again a controller. This is a controller purely for the original Xbox and only for one game. And it is the Steel Battalion controller.
I love this
Oh,
thing.
it's so good. Have you
So-
ever played one?
No.
have.
I know that there's one of the guys at
Retrospect.
Retrospect has
Yep.
one. So this is a controller built purely to work for one game called Steel Battalion where you control a mech. Now this consists of 2 joysticks. If you'd like to pull up that picture again. 2 joysticks, 3 foot pedals, a throttle handle, a radio dial, and many buttons and switches, all up consisting of 40 inputs. Well, over 40. I think it's 44.
It is ridiculous. So I've an artist friend who comes down for conventions every once in a while.
Yep.
And he came down to Retrospect and they had this set up and he went, oh, and he jumped on it. And instead of being at his table, like selling books, he spent like an hour playing.
I want this so bad. It is a cockpit for a mech.
Yeah.
Now, just a little bit about the game, though, because the game is awesome. At the beginning, and hard. At the beginning of every mission, you player must start up the machine and operating system using a complex series of buttons, pedals, twisters, all of that to start it up, like you would, say, potentially a giant machine. Dedicated to this purpose. If a corner is turned too fast, the machine will tumble over. If the player's machine overheats, its operating system must be reset. The game even simulates window wipers in case of mud hitting the monitor. If the player does not eject when prompted, the player's in-game character will die, and the game will delete its own save data, prompting the player to start over from the beginning.
That's insane.
I'm going to get so fucking frustrated. But I'm going to have a cool controller.
This thing is really cool.
There was 2 different versions. There was one with blue buttons and one with green buttons. I think the green buttons one was first. It had different pedals. One was like spring-loaded. One was something. But yeah. Last time I looked, they go for about $600 to $800. Probably more now. I want it so bad. If anyone's got one and
look at
just
the
wants to let it
lights.
go,
Look
yeah.
at all
Look
the
at this.
lights lighting up on it. Oh,
They then thought, well, considering this weirdly controlled game is a hit, sort of. They made one for the 360
And took the controls away.
and took the controls away and used the Kinect only. So in the game, at the start of the 360 one, where you're using the Kinect, you have to simulate punching your co-pilot because he's losing his mind, reaching up and pulling him out of the hatch so that he doesn't exit the vehicle and doing all these. And you have to reach forward and do things and press buttons.
Do you have to reach around?
Yeah, you had to reach around. But you know what? Never worked.
Is that with the
thing
pulling
was
as well?
rubbish,
No.
yes.
So you can get a Steel Battalion controller, missing the foot pedals,
So you can't use it?
for $700.
Yep.
Or you can get from the US one in the box for just a little slight bit over $1,400.
So
Sealed.
They've doubled. Oh, that's a sealed one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
From Japan, you can get the one with the green buttons for $720. Not
Free
bad.
postage.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
So it's achievable if
It's definitely doable.
If you save for a bit.
if I save for a bit.
look at that.
But
look
man,
at
I
those
really want to.
controllers.
I have the game. I need it.
I think the biggest disappointment for me regarding Steel Battalion is that
Is me not owning it?
A, none of us own it.
Yeah.
B, it only supported one game as a controller. And C, we're in 2025 and no one savvy enough has gone, I'm going to make a Macross or a Gundam game for PC.
Oh my god,
and
make
use
a
these controllers.
fucking Robotech game. Please.
Make a mid 90s, 2000s, maybe early
If it is a
90s.
Robotech game, it will be mid.
That's a bit mean.
Wow.
But yeah, no. Someone just needs to go, hey, let's make an
the lie?
anime mech game
They're
using
great.
this controller. And I'd be so on board. I'd drop $700 on one straight away.
Yep.
Anto,
Yo.
what if Armored Core?
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I want to do? I want to
Get
build
it. Do it.
like a cockpit housing with a monitor in for this.
Yeah, Anto. What about
Hello.
the planet core?
See, I would no, like unironically, I would play the shit out of that level with the Steel Battalion controller.
The planet core level.
Yeah, from Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to build a replica of the cockpit with like readouts and stuff, and a monitor built into the front, like the cockpit sort of window.
And a sim with hydraulics that throw you out of a seat if you blow up.
Yeah, or stab you because you die.
Speaking of stabbing because of dying, Anto.
If I don't get on with my next pick, Ben's going to stab me till I die. My next pick, again, Final Fantasy related. It's the Final Fantasy 13 white PlayStation 3, the slim model that came out, again, in Japan only, but it has lightning emblazoned on it in pink, and it's just probably my favorite looking
I thought
PS3.
you had this one.
No, I don't, unfortunately. There are two of these. So there was this one, which came out for Final Fantasy 13, and then there's a black PlayStation Slim with Lightning in her Final Fantasy 13 2 get-up on the front of it as well. I would like both, but I would be happy with either if I had to only get one.
Brayden.
There we go.
Ooh,
See how
I
sick
like that.
is?
That one looks better.
I actually like the white one a bit better.
The pop of the pink there is nice.
Yeah.
All right, Brayden, what's your final grail item?
My final grail item here is something that Ben owns.
Yep, it's just in that room over there.
Yeah, I want the first appearance of Miles Morales.
Yep.
I just want it for my collection.
Well, now, actually, Brayden, first appearance of Miles Morales came in a Marvel previews, in which they previewed this comic before it actually came out. Actually,
That's true. That's true.
that's not true at all. It's bullshit. No, well, that's what some people argue.
Yeah, some people are like that, and
off.
those people can die.
In a fire.
No, they can complain to themselves. No one else cares. But no, for my Miles Morales collection, I am not missing that much in terms of full runs of series and such.
Morales.
I would love to get all of it at some point, but yeah, getting the first.
Just get it,
appearance-
Brayden. It only cost me like $4.
Yeah, it costs you $4.
Yeah, it was
at the moment, it's
silly
like
affordable.
600 or some shit.
Yeah, that and first appearance of Spider-Gwen. Like,
Offer Ben 5 for his.
Yeah,
yeah,
Ben,
go on.
that's
Offer
a
me.
profit, mate.
Go on, offer it to me.
Hey, Ben,
Do it right now.
you take $5? But no, yeah, my big grail items are comics, so it's not as fun for a gaming show, but you know, maybe one day
is in a video game.
One day I'll do that thing where I hit a certain age and I have room on a shelf and I go, you know what? I'm going to recreate my entire childhood collection. And I'll do that. And that'll
Hey,
be great.
if you want to personally attack us, just come out and say it. All right?
When
Hey,
you get
I will.
old.
I will.
I'd like
We
to...
might talk about some childhood collections soon.
Cool.
I want to call you Philip.
Well, yes, hello, Philip. Philip.
Hey, Philip, tell us.
Yes, well, yes.
Philip.
Philip, tell us about our
yes,
beloved
and
Patreons.
There and the hippy hop and the whatnots and the hair.
Yeah,
I don't know why that's what Philip sounds like when he
Sounds
does.
like Basil Brush.
We have wonderful Patreons. All you people out there watching that share us around to your friends and family.
Wow.
That's what Vince McMahon got in trouble for.
Oh, no.
I meant links to our content.
All right.
Probably also what Vince McMahon got in trouble for. You can head over to You Don't Know Video Games. You can head over to hackthedino.com. Or is it now? No, it is You Don't Know Video Games. And check out, I didn't know if
Brought
the
to you
name of
by
that.
Hack the Dino.
Brought to you by Hack the Dino.
It's still hackthedino.com.
Check out all the wonderful things that we offer there. Things
All
like
the wonderful things.
links to our Spotify, to our Discord, where you can have chats with us and awesome others. If you feel like you would like to and are able to, you could support us monetarily and keep the lights flickering in Anto's face.
You can become our benefactor.
Yeah, our benefactor. That's a nice way of putting it. You can see us on TikTok. You can see us on Instagram. You can see us on Threads. I'm not really sure what that is.
It's Instagram's Twitter and it's bad.
It is
Okay.
bad. I should
Twitch
probably
and
get a Blue Sky
YouTube.
up.
I was using it for a little bit and then I really dropped it.
Yeah, same.
Blue Sky's where it's at.
Blue Sky's where to go. I'll start a hack the
Sounds
Dino
like
Blue
another
Sky.
new one, so I won't be doing that either.
Threads is Tumblr, but worse somehow.
Yeah.
Whereas Blue Sky is very much old Twitch, old Twitter, how it used to be.
Because it's run by the guy who made Twitter, right?
Yeah, correct.
I'll do none of them because I hate Twitter.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Well, not so much just just that style of
Short form conversations.
yeah. I hate it.
I like the twittering of animals and birds. It's pleasant to listen to. But the twittering of fucking idiots, nah.
Yeah, no.
No, that's pretty funny sometimes. Speaking of fucking idiots, tell us about Michael Towns.
Damn. Jesus, me or Floppy?
Either one. I don't care. Fuck you, Townsy.
He financially supports this show.
He's laughing
Hack
right
the Dino,
now.
and you don't know video games.
He
Do not
is
share
laughing.
the opinions of one Ben Rosenthal.
Townsy in the chat has said, you beat a puzzle, then go to court if you play Blueprints McMahon.
See?
Bring
Townsy
back
said
Vaughn.
nice in the live
So for
comments.
those
He loves it.
viewing and for
fuck is
those
Vine?
listening as well, I guess, Michael Towns, aka Game Boy Games, he makes Game Boy games.
I got my... That's another thing I got from the Toy Fair.
God.
I got Concord, the D-Mate.
Hey.
I finally own Concord, the D-Mate.
Nice.
Townsy makes award-winning games, such as the Concord D-Make, the Floppy game, F2 the Aflopolyps, Bonesy. No, it's not called Bonesy. It's called
Farewell.
No,
Farewell.
it's called Bonesy.
AKA Bonesy.
Scary Maze game.
Scary Maze game is a great time.
And you can support Townsy at Game Boy Games by purchasing cartridges that he sends out that are really, actually, the production value of his cartridge and the packaging is
fantastic.
It's
so good.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love it.
Yes. Or you can play them for free if you are not able to do that, but we still like to experience his wonderfulness.
I was only joking before.
The live chat is roasting you at the moment. Oh, damn, Townsy, you just got burned a bit like Ben when he goes into the sun.
Yeah.
Not even the sun, just more than 3 fluorescent lights at once.
Yeah. So we're well aware of my physical limitations.
You like light.
But we've been Hack the Dino. This has been You Don't Know Video Games, and this is the part where you usually turn it off, but you shouldn't because we're about to talk about cool stuff, like the stuff Floppy puts up on his Instagram. Floppy!
I put stuff up on Instagram like this. This is me opening a packet of Japanese 151 cards with Anto.
Yeah.
We found some cool stuff. They were gifted to me. That was very nice of a person.
These are Japanese ones?
Yep. That
Yeah.
full art Machoke, I think, is actually worth a fair bit now.
Oh, cool.
Like $6.
Wow.
But yeah, you can see that. You can see videos or pictures of things that I have picked up that I like to play. There's me playing Batman. There's my Toy Fair things. That's the thing that Ben made. It took us like 47 goes when we used the first take.
Well, we had a good smattering.
That's when I appeared on another podcast. There's some cool stuff that I got. And a game I played. There you go. You can find me at Floppy Plays Games.
Anto!
Hello. You can also still kind of find me on Instagram. I think it's Anto.
Look at you.
The most recent stuff on there is not really video game related unless you count the Comic and Toy Fair. That picture of me and Koda was for her birthday. We just went out, had dinner with her grandparents, and then just sort of chilled and did nothing. Then the following day, we put together some cool garden furniture and bits and pieces, which was fun.
That's Backyard Sim.
Yeah, it's like a veggie pod, and we bought a big fancy umbrella now that the sun is going away.
Typical English people.
And yeah, I'm toying with the idea of putting up like just video game like achievement-y stuff and cool clips and things on a separate Instagram thing, but I haven't sort of thought about the logistics of it yet. But for now, if you're curious about anything I'm doing, that's where I am.
Are you still on the not worrying about platinuming but enjoying the game and recording what games you finish thing?
Yeah, kind of. I've settled on this thing of going into games not with the expectation that I will platinum them, but going for the platinum if I really enjoy it.
That's a good idea. That's healthy. Yeah.
Instead of being an obsessed freak who can't stop.
Brayden!
Howdy.
Are you an obsessed freak who can't stop?
You bet. With
Only
comic
in the
books.
bedroom.
Don't stop, won't stop.
Don't
Is that
stop,
a
won't stop.
Sonic Hardcore
Unless
release?
they tell you to stop. No, I work
Definitely.
I work at Greenlight Comics. You should go check it out. It's in Adelaide, in Rundle Mall, and I put together a thing for people. So because the Absolute Universe from DC and the Ultimate Universe from Marvel are proving very popular lately, I put together a little guide to both of them. And that includes the giant Absolute Batman, the Absolute Unit, as well as
read the
good
Batman.
books. Shots fired. As well as for Marvel's Ultimate Universe, if you want to get into Ultimate Spider-Man, which is the best out of this whole bunch, I give you a little, hey, here's what you should do. And then you can go through and you can just order it on there. And it's nice and easy. And you should get into more comic books.
Agreed. Here.
I have a
Including
very
Sonic.
quick question for you,
There
Brayden,
are
about
many
Greenlight.
Sonic comic. Yes, hi.
Who checks the store email?
All of us.
Cool. I may or may not have been told by someone that I work with that Greenlight Comics was nominated for Telstra's Small Business of the Year award.
That's random.
Yeah.
I like
Cool.
that. That's how the Green Lights finds out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Because
Just
Dan
figured
would
I'd-
Dan would not know pay attention to any of that.
Yeah, cool. I
and
just figured I'd let someone know.
someone should know. Cool.
I want to know
Cheers,
how
dude.
Anto found out.
Because I work for Telstra?
Oh, it's hacking emails, mate.
No.
Anyway,
There you go. You heard it here. None of your personal details are safe.
nope, we dox you all.
Anto has them all.
And if you want to dox me, you can head on over to Mr. Ben. Don't dox me, Mr. Benjamin. I just put up stuff that I buy with
This
money.
photo still doesn't want to load.
It really doesn't. And you can also head on over to Super Retro Squad over on YouTube, where I go out and find things that I like to buy with money and use that money to purchase those things. And it's a fun time for all, including me. Apart from when I have to edit a 5 hours of footage of Japan with someone who says and smacks their lips every third fucking word.
That sounds like a delete game to me.
Yeah, so, and also, if you ever have, not putting names out here at all, Julian, but if you ever want to present to a camera, generally a good idea to, present to a camera. Just a little tip for anyone out there who wants to
feel like
not piss off their editor.
feel like Ben might potentially could be airing some dirty underwear right here. Just saying.
Just want to clarify, I do not own Telstra. Thank you, Townsy.
Oh, thank you, Anto. But you don't know video games, neither do we. We've been Hack the Dino. You haven't been because you're not cool enough. Sorry. But until next time, remember our slogan, Anto.